There is a scary truth that few people want to admit. Many people do not die of old age, but because of small, seemingly harmless habits every morning. Have you ever wondered why some people turn 60 and are still clear-headed, healthy, and happy every day, while others are immersed in medication, tiredness, and constant illness? The answer lies not in genetics, nor in elaborate diets or miracle drugs. It lies in what you do or don't do every morning. What happens in the first 60 minutes after you wake up can determine your health, your spirit, and even your longevity for the next 20 years. In today's content, we will explore 5 simple morning habits that can save your life after 60. No gym required, no money, no complications, just persevere every day, and you will see a clear difference. Don't miss it, because habit number 5 could be the one thing that saves you from a morning stroke. Age 60, for many people, is a milestone that marks a clear change in health and lifestyle. The body is no longer as flexible as before, metabolism slows down, and organs begin to respond to time with a dull cry. Joint pain, high blood pressure, diabetes, insomnia, memory loss. There is no doubt. After 60, health is no longer a default, but something that needs to be taken care of intentionally. Statistics from the World Health Organization, WHO, show that more than 70% of people over 60 years old have at least one chronic disease. More importantly, many of these diseases can be completely prevented if the patient establishes and maintains healthy living habits early. So what is most important? Many experts agree that morning is the golden time to take care of the body, shape the spirit, and maintain long-term health. Right after waking up, your body is like a machine that has just been restarted. It needs to be refueled, checked out, and run properly. A few wrong moves, a skipped breakfast, or a cup of coffee on an empty stomach all can affect your circadian rhythm, disrupt your blood sugar, blood pressure, and overall health. On the contrary, if you know how to use the golden hour in the morning, you can. Activate your immune system, stabilize your blood pressure and heart rate, reduce silent inflammation in the body, boost your mood, reduce anxiety and the risk of depression in old age, and most importantly, prolong your life in a sustainable way. Luckily, it doesn't have to be complicated. You don't need to follow a strict diet, nor do you need to work out. Just 5 simple, easy-to-do habits every morning can make a big difference for your heart, memory, joints, and spirit. In the following, you will discover 5 small habits that science has proven can reduce the risk of premature death, increase the quality of life, and help you enjoy old age in a healthier, more active, and happier way. Let's start with the first, and also the simplest thing: drinking a glass of warm water. Habit 1. Start your day with a glass of warm water. A natural remedy to prevent the risk of a silent stroke, one of the biggest health risks for people over 60, often does not come with an alarm, but begins silently, steadily, from the moment you open your eyes every morning. It is a state of prolonged, mild dehydration, which most of us do not realize. While you sleep, your body continues to function, breathing, regulating body temperature, excreting. As a result, after 6 to 8 hours, the amount of water in your body is significantly reduced, but the feeling of thirst in the morning is not strong enough to warn you. Many people wake up, brush their teeth, then have breakfast or drink a cup of coffee, forgetting the simplest thing: rehydration. The big risk is that this lack of water makes the blood thicker, making the heart work harder to pump it, and increasing the risk of blood clots, a major cause of strokes and heart attacks in the early morning. Think of Mrs. Smith, 67, a woman who is still active, occasionally walks around the park, eats regularly, but she has a habit of not drinking water in the morning because she is not thirsty. One morning, while preparing breakfast, she suddenly collapsed and was rushed to the emergency room with a mild stroke. Luckily, she survived. But the doctor explained the mild dehydration in the morning made her blood thicker than normal, and even a little stress or change in blood pressure would be too much for the circulatory system to handle. At age 60 and older, the body is no longer as agile as when it was younger to balance water and electrolytes. So if you don't take care of it, damage can happen without warning. The good news is, the solution is incredibly simple. No drugs, no medical equipment, no time-consuming. Just a glass of warm water every morning, right after you wake up. No sugar, no ice, no flavorings. Just warm water, about 250 to 300 milliliters. This little habit can gently stimulate the circulatory system, naturally thin the blood, support the liver and kidneys to eliminate toxins, improve bowel movements and digestion, gently wake you up without coffee. It's like a soft start for the whole body after a night's rest. And if you maintain it every morning, you're creating a silent layer of protection for the heart, brain, and blood vessels, the most vulnerable places in the elderly. The change doesn't come overnight, but every glass of warm water is a small step toward making your body more resilient, more stable, and living longer naturally. Habit 2. Deep breathing and gentle meditation. Natural shields for a weakened nervous system. One of the systems that is silently eroded with age, but few people realize it, is the sympathetic nervous system. This is the controller that controls heart rate, blood pressure, breathing, sleep, and even the ability to recover from stress. The problem is that after the age of 60, the brain and nerves no longer handle stress as well as before. Small worries, such as interrupted sleep, negative news, pressure from children, can trigger a prolonged state of high alert. The result is an increased heart rate, fluctuating blood pressure, disturbed sleep, and a weakened immune system. Scientists call this phenomenon silent neural overload. It does not cause immediate pain, does not create obvious initial symptoms, but reduces the quality of life every day. Think of Uncle John, 70 years old, retired for a long time, no longer under pressure from work, but still often tired, irritable, and not sleeping well. Although his medical examination indicators are almost normal, the doctor discovered that his nervous system is always in a state of tension, as if he is on duty all day. His body has never truly relaxed. The solution does not lie in sleeping pills or vitamins. It lies in restoring a seemingly simple skill, breathing properly. With just 5 minutes every morning, breathing deeply, slowly, and consciously, you have begun to reestablish a state of balance for the entire nervous system. This is not high-level meditation. No need to ring a bell or sit cross-legged in a complicated way. All you need to do is sit or stand up straight in a quiet, dimly lit place. Breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds. Feel your belly rise. Hold your breath for 2 to 3 seconds. Exhale through your mouth for 6 to 7 seconds. Gently and slowly repeat 6 to 10 times within 5 minutes. This simple action activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the system responsible for calming the body, helping the heart rate slow down, blood pressure decrease, and the mind become clearer. If you maintain 5 minutes of intentional breathing every morning, you will feel sleep deeper at night, a more stable mind when faced with bad news or pressure, a more regular heart rate, reducing the risk of atrial fibrillation and stroke due to stress. You are reteaching your nervous system to relax after years of being overstimulated by modern life. 5 minutes of silence in the morning can do more than any tranquilizer if you do it regularly. A seemingly small habit, but the most natural medicine to keep your spirit and stabilize your nervous system when entering the most vulnerable stage of life. Habit 3. Eat a light snack within the first 30 minutes after waking up. A shield against hypoglycemia and early brain degeneration. There is a silent slip that many people over 60 do not notice. That is skipping breakfast or eating too late after waking up. In middle age, the body still has the flexibility to regulate blood sugar when you have not eaten anything. But after 60, the endocrine system, especially insulin and cortisol, begins to weaken. The result, just one morning without timely energy intake can cause blood sugar to drop rapidly, leading to a series of unexpected consequences. You do not need to have diabetes to experience this condition. In fact, many perfectly healthy people still experience feeling tired after waking up, dizzy spells, rapid heartbeat when standing up, foggy mind, unable to concentrate, irritable, unstable mood in the morning. These are classic signs of mild hypoglycemia, and if this condition persists, it will damage brain cells, increasing the risk of cognitive decline and dementia later in life. The story of Alice, 72, is a typical example. Because she was afraid of gaining weight, she often drank only water and waited until almost noon to eat breakfast. But she started to feel dizzy, forgetful, and increasingly lost interest in everything. Doctors did not find a clear cause until they tested her circadian rhythm and realized consistently skipping breakfast was causing her brain to starve for energy every day, a kind of silent malnutrition in the elderly. The good news, you do not need elaborate or filling meals. A standard anti-aging breakfast is really simple. A little easy-to-digest protein, like hard-boiled eggs, unsweetened yogurt, tofu. A portion of slow carbs, like whole wheat bread, oatmeal, boiled potatoes. And a little good fat, like avocado, walnuts, olive oil. The key is to snack, the right kind, at the right time, within the first 30 minutes after you wake up. Why is the 30 minutes important? Because that's when your brain starts to speed up after sleep and needs steady fuel to function. If you miss this time frame, your body is forced to use stress hormones to maintain blood sugar, and that's what accelerates the aging process. Just a small meal at the right time can help you be more alert, stabilize blood pressure, improve memory, and significantly reduce the risk of brain decline as you age. A simple habit, but a powerful shield against the degenerative process that silently takes place in your body every morning. Habit 4. Light exercise after breakfast. A natural vaccine against muscle atrophy and stroke. There is a common mistake that many people over 60 make, not because they are lazy, but because they do not understand the laws of aging. They eat, then sit still, wait for digestion, wait until they have time to exercise, but they do not know that the short period after breakfast is the golden hour to protect the cardiovascular system and weakening muscles. After 60 years old, one of the most dangerous silent enemies is age-related muscle atrophy, called sarcopenia. The body gradually loses muscle mass even though you cannot see it with your eyes. And since muscle is the body's largest metabolic factory, muscle loss also means poor metabolism, increased visceral fat, reduced insulin resistance, increased risk of falls, fractures, and stroke. Think of Adam, 68, a gentle man who eats well and doesn't smoke. He spends most of his time sitting reading the newspaper or watching TV after meals. After slipping in the shower, he was diagnosed with severe muscle loss in his thighs and calves, leaving his bones bare and no longer properly supported. The doctor explained, just doing some light exercise after breakfast every day could have prevented this condition. Don't even think about the gym or heavy workouts. You only need 5 to 10 minutes of light walking around the house, stretching your arms and legs, or doing some basic yoga moves, which is enough to activate the circulatory system, warm up the muscles, and help blood and nutrients circulate to the right places. Why after breakfast? Because at this time, you have just recharged your energy, your blood sugar level is stable. This is the ideal time to send a signal to your body that you still need muscles, that you are still active. And the body will respond by maintaining and restoring muscle mass, not shutting down like when you sit still 4 hours. Just 5 to 10 minutes of exercise after breakfast can help prevent postprandial hyperglycemia, a cause of damage to blood vessels and eyes, improve bowel movements, reduce constipation, keep your heart rate stable, prevent morning blood pressure disorders. Light exercise after eating is not a gym workout, but a message sent to the entire cardiovascular, musculoskeletal, and brain systems that you are still alive and still fighting. And that message, if sent every day, can keep you standing strong, not only today, but also for many years to come. Habit 5. Get some morning sun, a natural tonic for your bones, brain, and spirit. There is one nutrient that more than 60% of people over 60 are seriously lacking, even though they eat a nutritious diet and take supplements regularly. It's not calcium, not omega-3, but vitamin D. What's scarier, vitamin D deficiency doesn't cause immediate pain. It eats away at your health in a quiet way, weakens your immune system, makes your bones thin and brittle, causes fatigue and mental decline. And at a serious level, it's also linked to depression, Alzheimer's, and cardiovascular disease. Scientists have called vitamin D deficiency the silent killer of old age because it impairs the body's ability to heal and fight back just when we need it most. You might think of Cassidy, 75. She hasn't been sick much, but lately she's been feeling bored with life, uninterested in anything, with poor memory, and aching bones even without strenuous exercise. When tested, the doctor found that her blood levels of vitamin D were extremely low for years, even though she had been taking daily supplements. The question is, why aren't milk or vitamin D supplements enough? The answer lies in something much simpler: early morning sunlight. Sunlight is the strongest natural source of vitamin D, and the only one that can trigger the production of D3 in the skin. Without light, the body can't synthesize this vitamin effectively, no matter what you eat. The good news is, you don't need to spend too much time in the sun or go to the beach to get the benefits. Just 10 to 15 minutes every morning before 8:30 to 9 when the sun is still mild. Let your hands, feet, or face be exposed to direct sunlight without glasses or sunscreen. Do it 3 to 5 times a week. That seemingly small action can increase calcium absorption, strengthen bones, improve the immune system, reduce the risk of seasonal infections, activate serotonin, the happy hormone that helps stabilize mood, reduces the risk of depression in old age, and notably reduce the risk of dementia by 40% according to a 10-year study in the U.S. The first sunlight of the day is a natural gift, free. But if you miss it every morning, you are leaving your body lacking a vital link in the chain of health operations. Sunbathing not only helps strengthen bones, but also brightens the brain and illuminates the joy of living every day. So there you have it, 5 simple yet powerful morning habits. These habits don't require money, fancy gadgets, or strict diets. They just require awareness and a little persistence. Don't let each morning pass by passively, because that's when you hold your own destiny. You have just gone through 5 simple morning habits, not trivial tips, but small but powerful strategies, distilled from science, reality, and the wisdom of people who live long, live healthy, live happily. After 60, a glass of warm water wakes up the dry organs and helps the body eliminate the waste accumulated overnight. A well-timed snack prevents hypoglycemia that is silently destroying the brain. A few movements after breakfast help preserve every precious gram of muscle and protect you from falls and fractures. A step outside in the sun gives the body a precious natural vaccine that no pill can replace. And above all, the awareness that your body, even though it is aging, can still become stronger every day if you take action. 60 is not the end. It is the time to start rewriting how you want to live the next 20, 30 years. Not just living long, but living clearly, living well, living proactively. You don't need to change your whole life. Just start one morning and then another morning. Day by day, step by step. You will see. Your body is listening. Your health is recovering. And your spirit is coming back to life. Tomorrow, when you wake up, choose one thing. Drink water. Eat breakfast on time. Walk for a few minutes. Stand in the sun. Anything, as long as you don't let your morning pass by unconsciously, because those small actions accumulated over the years are what can save your life.